Hello and welcome back to Sharp Cuts. My name is Garrett May alongside Josh Nickel. As always, welcome back to the show. And Josh, this week, I do the same intro every week, so nobody's really sure if they're just re-listening to a previous episode or if this is a new episode until they get to the extra text. So maybe we need to rethink this intro, and maybe we should let you talk sooner. You got anything to say?
It is a little cookie cutter, Garrett. I've been meaning to have a meeting about you with this, but we don't have production meetings on the show. We don't
have production meetings. We don't have time for it. There's no budget for it. So, I mean, when are we ever going to fix that? Maybe next week. I don't know. Welcome back to the show. I'm not feeling as hyped this week as I was last week, Josh. Why? I don't know. Why is that?
I take some offense to that, actually.
Yeah, I'm not that into you this week because 3 weeks in a row I've asked you to be entertaining and you've let me down 3 weeks in a row.
I might not be entertaining, Garrett, but for once I gave to the show. I've been calling Passin Dimes the A show and Sharp Cuts the B show, but I'm letting you know that today's guest, I wanted to be on Passin Dimes, but I thought, you know what, maybe we should go for Sharp Cuts first. She was available on Wednesday night, so you're welcome, Garrett. You're welcome.
Let's go. Sharp Cuts is the A show. Let's do it. Josh, you admitted it here. Okay, I'm fully fired up now. Okay, so let's introduce this guest who you gave to the show. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You gave a guest to the show. No, she's being nice enough to come on the show. Please welcome Jaeya Brach. How you doing, Jaeya? Welcome to the show. What is up?
I'm so good. How are you guys?
Well, I mean, you heard how we are. And, I mean, not that great. So we still got to figure it out. But thanks for joining us on the show. How did Josh wrangle you to get you on the show?
I got a follow request on Instagram from Passin Dimes a few days ago.
Creepy.
And I accepted, followed back, and then I got a really kind DM asking to come on the show, and I was thrilled. I was like, why not?
You were thrilled?
So excited. I was on the edge of my seat. Couldn't wait.
That has to be a joke. Are you a listener of the show?
I have heard a few snippets of the show from different people, different platforms.
Yes,
but
the interesting stuff. You probably heard when I said Western was cursed because Josh clipped me out of context.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because Josh, you don't do that anymore. You just do that to bury me. So a couple of things about Jaeya for our listeners who maybe don't know who you are. I like to read out what Josh tells me about the guests because it not only buries him, but also helps educate our guests. So Josh said that your bio is all of my favorite things. So we're going to confirm or deny this here. From BC, attends Western, and going to play beach full-time at LMU next year. I mean, congrats on all that, by the way.
Thank you.
I guess those are all my favorite things.
Jaeya, do you play video games?
Not often.
We can't have it all, Garrett. We can't have it all. Sorry. I thought it was like, this was like Garrett 2.0 on the Western squad, but no.
No.
Jaeya, you're being very nice. I can tell you wanted to say yes, but you couldn't. You had to be honest. We don't matter that much. So you can let us down all you want. You can chirp us, bury us, just say anything. But welcome to the show. So you are also doing what I did and leaving Western high and dry to suffer in their curse without us, right?
Okay, interesting take.
Well, you're doing that. That's what I did. You're doing the same thing.
You know, I'm leaving, but I wouldn't say high and dry. I feel like the team is going to be just as good next year, and I feel like they got this. I don't know.
Wait, you're leaving and they're going to be just as good, so you're burying yourself? You made no difference?
I wouldn't say that. I think that I definitely made an impact. At least I'd hope I did. But I think different people bring different things. So what I brought might have been great, but I think other people can bring different things that will also help, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very nice of you. And I mean, Josh, I can see what you're trying to do here. Like, yeah, look at these guests we gave to the A show Sharp Cuts. You're being all nice. Jaeya's coming in all nice. You're setting me up to look like the asshole here, Josh. And we can all see what you're doing, okay? And I don't appreciate it.
I thought we were trying to build back the Western audience, and I thought she checked a lot of boxes for what the show likes. The only thing that I disagree with over her great career at Western is, Jay, I believe they gave you a grad game, but you're a second year. Like, how did you get a ceremony and like a plaque at the end? I don't know if you've really earned that, in my opinion, but I don't know, Garrett, how that works at Western. Maybe you play a game and you get a blanket. I don't know.
I was not going to participate in the senior night. I didn't think I was going to. But our head coach, Melissa, pulled me to the side one day and kind of said that she wanted me to participate in it. So I was very happy that I got to. But yeah, I made sure with all the seniors I wasn't stepping on any toes. They were all super okay with me doing it. But yeah.
So now you definitely can never leave LMU and come back. You can never do that now. That ship has sailed. That's not an option.
See, I would agree, but I feel like people participate in senior night and still come back sometimes.
Oh, that's true. A clown move. That's got to be a clown move.
That's a clown move. We've given a clown of the week for that move.
It's true. I mean, I don't think I'll be doing that, but I have seen people do it in the past, so I don't know.
Yeah, but they often do it.
You could technically do this like 3 more times. You could have 3 more grad games if you just lie your way through this.
It's true.
Like Melissa would catch on, but like you could technically do it.
Yeah, I could.
But you don't get a purple blanket. You need the experience for that. So
that's
you don't get that, Josh. They don't just give you a blanket. Okay, you have to earn that. Okay, the blanket I have in a box in my mom's closet in the basement, we had to earn that big time. I should go get that and maybe hang it up or something. But
you hope she didn't throw it out.
Yeah, like Mom, if your mom's not listening, my parents don't even listen to the show. Josh, like we can't. Please subscribe. Like, did we hit 100 subscribers like I promised last time? Did we? If we didn't, we like clown of the week to me.
Check? You don't know the answer?
If you're watching this on YouTube right now and we're not at 100 subscribers, I blew it last week. I absolutely blew it, and we need the help to stop me from being embarrassed. So please go hit subscribe. I'm sure after Jaeya subscribes, then we'll definitely be at 100, Josh. We got to keep this subscriber per episode.
In a weird way, does this make Alina like still our booking manager? Because technically she got Robin, and when I was asking Jaeya to come on the show, she was with Robin. So by association, I think Alina could like take credit for this one.
Yeah, but she also bailed on us twice, and I don't think either of them actually subscribed after we discussed with them last week. Like, that's definitely, I've caught people being like, hey, can you subscribe? Like, I'm doing it right now, and they don't do it. So, like, are we just going to spend an hour here talking together about how bitter I am about the guests we have on the show not subscribing? Like, what a petty topic to discuss.
You've been wrong before, though, because you called out Sophie Vukovic, who did subscribe. So you got to come correct if you do that again.
Yeah, like, I should just watch it. You're right. I should definitely watch it. Okay, so Jaeya, you're going down to play beach in the States, and take us through that, because that was, I mean, I don't know that it's still an option, but it was never an option for me to consider. But it seems like it's a bit of an adventure. Like, how are they like poaching you? Like, are they because you're playing indoor at Western, and now you're going to play beach down in the States. So, like, how does that happen? Are they lurking at your games or something?
Okay, so I never really considered beach personally. Like, I kind of just played it in the summers for. Yeah, but I was in my first, so it was last year in my first year at Western. It was October. And my beach partner back home, she's a year younger than me. So she was still trying to get recruited down south. So she had called me and was like, hey, like, there's a recruiting showcase down in California. Like, can you come help me get recruited? And I was like, hey, why not? Like, it's during Thanksgiving, go to California, get tan, like, it'll be good.
I see where this is going.
But in no way was I trying to get recruited.
Yeah,
like,
sure. Sure, Jaeya. I'm calling BS right now. We can all see where this is going.
No, I swear. So I go down and I play in this tournament, and then I just ended up getting emails from coaches, and I felt like it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. So I decided to go.
Huge question right now. Did your partner get recruited?
She did.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
That would have been, thank goodness, because that would have been devastating for everyone involved if you go down there to help her and you get picked.
Yeah, no, she's going to Georgia State next year, so she got recruited.
Okay, so, but in the rankings, like, because there's, they have a bit of a hierarchy down there. Is LMU, like, higher than Georgia? Like, is it a bit of a, like, hey, like...
It's a little bit higher.
So thanks for the invite. See ya.
No, it worked out for both of us. It was good.
Okay, nice. I'm sure that doesn't happen that much. Like, okay, so it's just a showcase tournament that you like go down and play in.
You don't think it happens that much where like I send in my video and they go, okay, thanks, Josh, I received your video. But by the way, who's your partner? And I have to say, well, that's Garrett May. And then they call you instead. I bet you that happens more than you think it does, Garrett.
Well, if it were you and me, it would happen all the time. Like, no question.
Yes, yeah.
Like, you'd be sending in your video and helping me for sure. But yeah, like, no, what I bet doesn't happen all the time is you went down there just to help your partner?
I did. I did. Like she had worked, like she'd been playing beach like full time kind of since like I think grade 9 or 10. So she took it super seriously, and like I wanted her to go somewhere, and my mom was like, "I'll pay for you to go to California. I'm not going to say no." So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like you get that, you're like, yep, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
But then you obviously must have gotten a good enough offer to be like, Western, see ya.
I didn't expect to get the emails and stuff I did, but it was a good opportunity that I could not say no to. So
Okay, well, good luck. And I mean, Western, just losing talent left and right, Josh. Feel free to clip all of this, by the way, and just take it all out of context afterwards, because it'd just be nice to see you actually do some social media stuff, because you're the guy there. So also, can we rewind? Like, a follow request from Passin Dimes? Like, I cannot think of a creepier thing.
How else am I supposed to get a hold of the guests? Like, I was supposed to go through Melissa at Western. Like, how would we get people on the show, Garrett?
I don't know. It just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Like, is it cool?
It's a
Like,
little
is that
weird.
fine?
I feel like that's fine. I feel like that's normal.
Okay.
I'm not gonna look them up on Facebook, Garrett. I don't know how the kids like. What did they do today? I don't. How else would I get people on the show if I didn't already know them, Garrett?
I don't know. Maybe it's just me picturing you in a dark room with the light from your phone illuminating your face as you're like
Okay.
scrolling through lists of
in
people
the-
sending follow requests.
It was in the afternoon. It was sunny outside. It was a normal.
Yeah, it was sunny outside, but Josh is in his dark basement with the lights off. He was still dark where he was.
I agree. It's maybe not the best way, Garrett, but I'm telling you, like outside of our network of people, how would we ever get new people on the show if I didn't reach out through social media? Like, I honestly don't know how you would do that.
Yeah, I think you're misunderstanding me, Josh. I'm in full support of the creepy lurking that you do. We need it. I respect it. Like what? What's
You've
wrong with
used words
creepy?
like lurking when she got
Yes.
recruited. You've used words now like creeping to get on the show.
Yes.
Like I don't like where you're going with this, Garrett. There's a lot of like undertones here.
Well, you know what my buddies say every time I talk about like the national team and the coaching group is they talk about all the times they'd see people in the trees at Ashbridges Bay, like in those little trees sections, like having a little personal meeting. So I'm sure that's what they think of you every time is you just lurking in the trees with a massive clipboard. And that is what you do, isn't it?
I remember a lot of coaches sitting under the trees with like their hoods up and stuff, like watching games and stuff, like but behind the sea of people. Yeah, that era's gone now, Garrett. That era's gone.
Are you sure? Because you still got a hoodie on. How's your tan, bud?
There is no tan. Usually wear a hoodie, but like my partner in crime, Heather, brings the cutest dog to the beach. So like she's bringing the sunshine, but like, yeah.
Okay. Well, Jaeya, please tell me you never lurked into the woods to have a coaching brief meeting with your coach.
I can't say I have. I cannot
There we
say I
go.
have.
There we go. What? Good. Yeah, good, Josh. Feel it. How's your tan?
Me again? No,
Yeah,
non-existent.
you. Okay, good. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So he was in
Well,
the
I thought we
basement.
were asking Jaeya because she's actually been outside. She said she was in California. I've just been indoors. I go from my house to Downsview. There's not a lot of time spent outside.
Yeah, that's exactly why I pictured you in the basement with the lights off. Anyways, let's keep this show moving because I'll bury Josh some more. So let's get on to everybody's favorite segment. It's Players and Clowns of the Week. Okay, we gotta praise some people and throw some people under the bus. So where are my notes? Do I even have any? Where do we want to start? Do we want to do guests first, or should we set the tone here, Josh? Should I be worried about you taking mine this week?
Oh, no way I'm taking yours. I'm going out of left field on this one.
Okay, then maybe I'll go first. I'll set the tone, and you two can figure it out silently who's going to go next without any verbal communication. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so my players of the week, I have a couple. So there was some beach action, Josh, and I did a thing I haven't done in a while is I looked up results. And I took a look at some of the results there, and people who I actually know and have met in person are out there doing work. So I can't be that far removed from the beach community if that is still happening, right? Anyways, so couple of oldies making an appearance, Josh. So my players of the week are Laura Ludwig and Alice Sun, who are coming back after some time off to make an appearance and play. Laura Ludwig, I think, really gold medalist. She's 37 years old. She's one of the nicest people I ever met on tour. And so I'm rooting for her. She's an awesome player. So they're coming back, I guess, going for another Olympic round, like coming back, trying to make it happen. So good luck to them, Josh. And Canada's in trouble, right?
Yeah, sure. No, I think we finally take
Got
one
you
from
to turn
Laura,
on your
but
own team.
we've had some battles over the years. Yeah.
Also, another player of the week, too, another couple of oldies, is Herrera and Gavira from Spain. Went out and got a gold medal. And the guy's 40 years old, Josh. He's 40 years old going out there and getting a win. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. The other thing, it's a little bit bittersweet, though, is because that was the team that beat John and Mark in Athens in the quarterfinal. 15-13, 13-10 in the third. It was Herrera Gavira.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Was it both of them together? It was definitely one of them.
I think it was definitely Herrera. I don't know if Kavira was his partner at that point.
Yeah, it was maybe just Herrera and another guy. But isn't that crazy to think about? All the way back in 2004, this guy's beating John and Mark and now going out at 40, getting a gold medal on the World Tour. So, I mean, congrats to them as well. Bittersweet, though.
I like how Laura Ludwig didn't technically do anything this week other than she's coming back. But remember that year she won the Olympics, World Championships, and World Tour Finals? What an absolute once in a generation player. So glad that she's still playing and we get to watch her play.
Was that just a subtle chirp at me? Like she didn't actually do anything this week? Like you're just going to subtly throw that out there?
It's player of the week, but what did she do this week? She made a social media post?
She entered a tournament, Josh. When's the last time you entered a tournament?
Did you know that Herrera is a 5-time Olympian? 04, 08, 12, 16, 20, win. He medal. The ironic part, Garrett, he medals at his first one and hasn't medaled since. That's got to be a little bittersweet, isn't it?
That's tough. That's definitely tough. So, all right. Well, that's it for me. Players of the week. Okay, who's next? Did you two figure it out non-verbally?
Yeah, Jaeya, do you want to mention anyone who entered a tournament? Maybe they could be player of the week. That used to stand for something on the show, Garrett.
Are you chirping me calling out people for a good thing? You volleyball snob over there.
Entering a tournament.
Yes, at 37 after years off giving birth to a child, Josh? You try that.
Definitely Laura above Allison then.
Yeah, I threw him in there because they're both the same age and they both took time off and they're both getting their debut again at the same time.
Jaeya, would you like to go next?
Sure. My player of the week is a different sport. We're going basketball. And her name is Caitlin Clark. Do we know who that is?
I do now. It's been a hot week for women's basketball, actually.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest basketball fan or women's basketball fan in general, but she started popping up everywhere. And it's kind of cool to see women's basketball finally getting some airtime, which is it's good.
So awesome. What is the player of the week for?
Oh, yeah, I should probably say that. She made it to the national final. They ended up losing. She plays for Iowa. But I think she topped 5 or 6 records in the tournament and had 3 or 4 games in a row where she got 40 points. I don't know. She was really fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Go look up her stats if
it's insane.
You can. Yeah, she dominated. She had in her tournament was 40, 36, 39, 39, 35.
Damn.
No, that's not it. It was close. Anyway, she scored a lot of points. She was over 40 twice. Yeah, I mean, look at you bringing some diverse sports knowledge to this program, which is not something we've seen in a while, but we appreciate it. So, I mean, congrats, Caitlin. Sorry you didn't win the national championship, though.
Sad. That was sad.
So, while it's topical, though, let's just quickly segue, Garrett. LSU tough team, some dogs on that team, and they were talking trash the whole game. So now there's this big thing going on in the sport community because thankfully, yeah, there was a lot of attention brought to women's basketball this week. Why is it okay for men to talk trash and we celebrate like when Richard Sherman and all these guys and Draymond and all these guys, they chirp and they get to go on social media and stuff? This LSU girl is like public enemy number one right now when all she did was like basically talk some smack. And it's very interesting that like people are trying to make it race related, that Iowa is a different culture than LSU. They're trying to say there's no place for that in the game, where I'm kind of like, this is weird, where when the NBA does it, like Devin Booker for Phoenix, he likes playing the villain and people celebrate it and we talk about it, where like a female athlete does it in the championship and it's like, that's poor form. There's no place for that. So Jaeya, as somebody who watched the game and was a fan of it, what did you think of LSU and like their tactics and the way I thought they played like a tough style.
I mean, I thought it was really fun to watch, and like I agree that I think like trash talk is a part of the game. I mean, I wouldn't say as much in volleyball, but I think definitely like more contact sports like that, like having it makes it way more fun to watch. And I don't love that men can do it and women can't. And I've seen, I think her name's Angel Reese. She's gotten so much hate. And I don't even think what she did was like that. Like, I don't even think she said anything. I think she had just like done something with her hand to Caitlin in the game. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like trash talking makes the game a little bit more fun, and I think she's getting hated on for a little, like, for not.
She pointed at the ring finger too after they won too, which was she did some creative stuff.
Okay.
Great. I love it. My new favorite player. Like immediately just from hearing that. People are hating on that?
Oh, it's way over the top. Like, this is like opening story on like some ESPN shows right now about like, is there any place in sport for this and stuff? Like, it's, yeah.
That is pretty insidious generally. That's very disappointing to hear. I've been following any of that and I'm glad I haven't. Damn, that's brutal. I mean, then again, you've been a bit of a proponent of like, maybe we shouldn't lose our minds and be doing anything too over the top on the court.
I think as coaches, maybe, or the box squad, I don't mind when athletes talk through the net, Garrett. I think that's pretty entertaining. But I don't think coaches should talk at athletes. That's where I kind of draw the line.
Okay.
Coaches to coaches, maybe we can yell back and forth, Garrett.
Well, if you and me were coaching against each other, it'd be just fireworks. I'd be in your grill the entire time because I know it would fold you up. But then again, maybe ESPN's going to write an article about me for chirping. Like, are you kidding me? That's crazy. I mean, I did read, though, that game had, like, the most viewers of any sporting event in, like it was a crazy amount of viewers on that event.
I think the most views an ESPN game had gotten all year or something, or ever. I don't know which one, but it was big.
I think it was this year for all of basketball. Like, it beat NBA games, was the blurb I saw, which is very impressive.
Yeah, like, great. And I guess by them talking about that dumb stuff, it keeps it in the news cycle. You know what I mean? Like, it's something to talk about. It's a story. It keeps it going. Because, like, what else would they talk about if it's just like, yep, great team, wins championship, no controversy, move on, right? It's gone. When it's like, no, they probably want to try to capitalize a little bit on the views that it got, right? So it's probably a tactic by heel ESPN keeping that going.
It's got to be. And Jaeya, I don't know, do women talk through the net in volleyball? Is that an experience? I know on the guys' side maybe it's a little bit more common or they're not as subtle about it, but I'm wondering in the OUA, does it ever get a little chippy?
It never does, which kind of sucks. I wish it did because I feel like that'd be a lot more fun. But like in practice, we'll do it for fun, but I've never talked to a player across the net during a game. I haven't seen that.
Well, missed opportunity. You could have been the leader for that.
Could have been a trailblazer.
And now you're leaving. So there it is.
And I mean, I don't know what she was supposed to say in this situation, but the interview I saw, Garrett, was basically someone trying to fish that Caitlin Clark should have said, like, this is inappropriate, like, I felt attacked or all this stuff. But she basically said, like, this is a non-story. I don't think this person should be criticized. Like, we were playing basketball. This happens all the time. So credit to her. I don't know if she was coached up to say that in the media or if that's her true feelings. But either way, I'm glad that she kind of, like, squashed it because she gets to be on ESPN and could have said, like, oh, I'm the best player. You know, how dare they disrespect me with this? She's kind of like, no, this person doesn't deserve any criticism. Like, move on, non-story. So I thought that was kind of a cool moment, too.
Wow. Great player of the week, Jay, and just bringing some insights, some topical stuff, keeping the show like trendy. We never talk about stuff that's like in the news. Awesome. Way to bring some quality to this show. This is now the A show, Josh, I think, just because of that.
Yeah, it's official.
Absolutely. So now take us right back to the mud with your player of the week, Josh.
Yeah, so Garrett, Joey Jarvis has been coming to our beach practices to help us out, and Joey's he's an indoor pro. He's bailed on the show before, but he still comes to practice. He's a few minutes late, but he's never bailed last minute. Anyways, so we just been talking Champions League, and in the semifinals, Thomas Jeske, the USA outside, so USA has Aaron Russell, they have TJ DeFalco, they used to have Taylor Sander, Matt Anderson, all these guys. They have another stud. They probably have a stud at every position, like 8 or 9 deep. So anyways, he goes off for 16 kills, 3 blocks, 3 aces for 22 points in the Champions League semifinal. So I just thought that was huge. One of those Loyola guys where when the East Coast started getting really good, it was all those Chicago schools. So it was just cool to see Thomas's name and him popping off in a Champions League semifinal now that I'm paying attention to indoor pro volleyball because there was no beach going on last week.
Yeah, like, what an absolute pull, Josh. Like, Champions League volleyball, so pro. It's not even international, right? Pro.
How do you say Ankara? It's a place in Turkey. He plays in the Turkish league.
Yeah, and you pull an American dude who goes off in a Champions League semifinal. That is probably the most random player of the week we've ever had.
For a volleyball show, that's probably the most journalism we've actually done to include the European League, because usually we don't touch this stuff.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Yep, definitely that. Yeah, journalism. Yes, absolutely. But also, what was the piece about Joey Jarvis? Why is he relevant to the story?
Because he brings it up every time, being like, quarterfinals, now semifinals. And he's saying like teams that I don't even know how to say this Polish name, or the new Team Canada coach Tomas is coaching a team over there. And I'm just staring at him being like, if you're not saying Agapeth or Bruno, like with Modena, or like Lunenburg, where a bunch of Canadians play, I'm just be like, oh, cool. And then I'll egg him on because, he just wants to talk about it more. Like, oh, yeah, who's the opposite for that team again? And then he'll tell me, their whole life story and stuff. So I try to egg him on, but I have no idea what's going on in the world of club volleyball right now, Garrett.
Well, unbelievable that you'd get a clown of the week and get his advice and then throw out as a player of the week in an absolutely random poll. Yeah. I think Jaeya wins this round of player of the week. Absolutely. For sure. Are you kidding me, Josh? Yours was brutal. Mine was lukewarm at best. So let's move on and maybe save ourselves here, Josh. Let's really call out some people. Let's really get this. So, clown of the week, who should go first?
I'll go because mine it kind of patterns with my Champions League comment. Garrett, I hate the format of Champions League volleyball.
Oh my God,
it's the same. It's the same format as soccer. So Garrett, let's say you beat me in 5, and then you come to my building and I beat you in 4. That means I win. Where like in North American sport, that means the series is tied at 1, and we should probably play a third game to figure out who won this, or a best of 7, or whatever the format is. No, they just go sets 1 and a head-to-head, which I think just is so anticlimactic. It's kind of stupid. So I mentioned that Thomas pops off and they win in 5. Well, the previous game they lost in 4, so therefore they don't get to move on. No third game, no golden set, no anything like fun for the fans. It's kind of like, well, you beat me, but technically I won more sets. Or if it's like a direct tie, who won more sets on the road? Like, it's just shenanigans, Garrett. I'm not a fan.
Leave it to you to call out process and nerd stuff and formats. Once again, it's a classic Josh Nickel clown of the week is calling out some format, which it's in character, Josh. So I support you. But why do they even play out the set at the end? Why did they play out the 5th set?
As soon as it went to 5. Yeah, why would they even play? Like, the series is over.
Yeah, like, what are they doing? That's the clown move. Like, listen, if you want to do sets, fine. It's weird, but whatever. But why would you play out a 5th set if the team just has won with the 4th? It doesn't matter. You've just already won.
I think that would be a bigger clown move where they just, like, leave the match tied 2-2.
Well, right, but also maybe it wasn't 2-2. Like, maybe they were up 2-0, like, and they just won it right away. And the other team came back and, like, took it to 5, but it's like, it doesn't matter. We won after set 2.
Ooh, I might have to do some digging, but yeah, that could happen. See, this adds to my theory that what a stupid format. Even if they want to do it this way, like, they don't want to take up more games because obviously they're still in league play, why not the lower seed host the first game? And then the higher seed runs the second game. And then if it's tied again, just like the next night, or heck, play a golden set after the second game at the higher seed's home arena. I know you don't want to add more matches, but do something to break the tie other than math.
I thought you liked math though, Josh.
No, I like stats. I hate math.
You like math as long as it helps you get a stat. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right, Jaeya, why don't you go clown of the week? Josh, yeah, pretty good. Over to you, Jaeya.
My clown of the week is our student athletes that are finished their sport, so they have to work out in the NARP gym at their school.
NARP. I haven't heard that word in so many years. This is awesome.
But yeah, like the Western Rec, it's packed all day. There's no space to move. Like you have to like shuffle in between people. It's so bad.
Yeah.
So I definitely miss having our own athletic gym. Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
hold on. Wait, like you working out now, like if you wanted to work out tomorrow, you couldn't go to Kirkley.
No, we have to go to the rec.
What do you mean we?
Like if anyone on my team wants to lift, we go to the rec.
Wait, what, even your team? Like
Yeah.
Why? They limit it to your season?
Yes.
Not for football, I bet.
Not for football, never. No.
So hold on. In season, you get to work out at the football workout facility with just athletes. As soon as your season's done, don't go in there. Go into the rec with all the NARPs.
I think that's how it works. Honestly, I could be wrong, but my team, so we worked out in Kirkley the first part of the season, and then we ended up leaving and going to a different gym. So half of my team works out in that gym right now, but the other half that couldn't make that, we have to go work out in the normal gym. Like we can't use Kirkley.
What?
This is so strange.
What a weird move. You should just try it.
Just walk in.
Because who's there? Nobody's there. If that's the case for every team, there's going to be nobody there.
That's true. I could. But honestly, Kirkley's kind of just the rec condensed. So I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. I get you though. From going from working out in like a just athletes gym to then going in the gym with everybody else. Oh, and I bet you get some characters in there too. You like walk past like somebody using a machine just in an absolute crazy way.
Yeah, 100%. It's a good time. I mean, it's entertaining at times, but it's a lot. I will say. I miss Kirkley. Yeah.
So, for people who don't know, what does NARP mean?
Oh. NARP stands for non-athletic regular person. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Because there's 3 of us on a call, and there's one NARP.
There's two.
There is one NARP, Josh. And who is it? I'll give you 3 guesses. Who's the NARP?
Okay, I'll own it. I am the NARP, the milk bag NARP right now, Garrett. But I have to say, how are you also not a NARP?
Because if I stepped out there tomorrow, I'd be aight.
You barely worked out as a player, and our loyal listeners know that as a fact.
Yes, correct. And I'm still dominated, so...
I'm willing to bet, Garrett, that they did this gym rule when you were a player, and you never knew because you just didn't go lift after your season was done.
That could be.
This
No,
rule's
it couldn't.
existed for like 20 years.
It couldn't be because they only built that facility in my last year. So that dating myself, the facility that has rules established was only built in the last year that I was there. So gosh, how long ago must that have been? Yeah, almost 10 years now since I graduated university. Holy. Okay. Yeah, but Josh, I could step in there. I didn't work out as a player, so I don't work out now. There's no difference. So I'd still be as good, right?
No, the line we're trying to draw right now is the NARP line, not if he could still bop a ball around.
Yeah, so what's the line for athletic, right? Because it's non-athletic, regular person.
Right.
So I could be an ARP, an athletic regular person.
Okay.
You're trying to make the argument that I'm non-athletic.
I think I'm the easy target. I'm the low-hanging fruit. I think you are more close to my side of the spectrum than Jaeya's side of the spectrum.
Harsh, Josh. Harsh. Okay? We're going to duel it out. We're going to duel it out. Well, this is absolutely perfect, Josh, and here's why. Because my clown of the week, I think, is you. I don't know, but I need you to confirm this. Because I got an email, Josh. I still get the emails from Volleyball Canada because, I don't know, I'm in the list. I'm still there. That was never taken off. I don't know. So I get the emails. So I got an email this week that the tournament that never existed, the University College Beach National Championships date was announced this week. And I took a look. I was like, oh, when is that? I'm interested. Because I assumed it's coming up. It must be pretty soon, right? Nope. It's in September. September 2nd to 3rd. So hold on. You're telling me that you're going to have people who are at a school together, potentially graduate, play with different partners potentially all summer, and then reunite for like a Hail Mary tournament at the end of the beach season? How is that not the first tournament? Clown of the week
it
move.
would appear that way, Garrett.
Clown of the week move. And I need to know, Josh, whose decision was it to schedule it at the date? Was it yours? Because if it was yours, you are my clown of the week.
I can't confirm or deny these rumors, Garrett, but I was not a fan of the date. So many people have messaged me saying, great event, want to support it, what a good idea. Not a very good weekend because typically Labor Day, Garrett, is the last weekend to hang out with your family and friends. Some people are moving into their housing or their residence. Some crazy schools have already started their indoor training. Like it seems like the switch has gone on. But I will say, Garrett, a lot of teams and provinces played last year. So maybe I'm wrong. But personally, if I was going into college, that would be a rough weekend to get it done.
Yeah, okay, maybe there's some benefit there, but it just made no sense to me when I read through it, and so I thought I might catch it, but it sounds like it was even over your head, Josh. So I think I'm riding a thin line, throwing a clown of the week at Volleyball Canada. I got to be very careful. Am I going to get you fired by saying this?
No, because I think by mentioning it on the show, we can mention that the event is September 2nd to 3rd in Toronto at Ashbridges Bay. Registration, I believe, opens mid-April in the press release. I think it said the 15th. But yeah, find a buddy from your school. That's the only criteria is you have to attend the same school. Sign up, play. Last year, I believe the Queens men, Robbie Kemp, Bobby Ball Control won on the men's side, and U of T won on the women's side. There was a ton of Brach women who did really well in the tournament, Garrett. So see you there, September 2nd to 3rd.
Jaeya, I'll be completely honest. I did not. This was not planned. It seemed so planned that I would call Josh out for this.
Good plug.
Yeah, like great plug, Josh. That's you made it seem prepared. Like I didn't call you out so you could tell people about that.
Speaking of segues, Jaeya, is there any other Canadians at LMU? I know Darby Dunn went there, and John is such a great coach that, you know how Americans say pull instead of peel? When he was coaching Darby, he would say peel. What a good coach to figure out the language, Garrett. That must like a sweet thing to remind you of home. I appreciate stuff like that.
I think there's one other Canadian. Her name's Abby Thorup. I think she's a few years older than me. She knows a few people at Western. I think she might be from somewhere around here.
I think she played fire for the club. So there you go. We'll see you in Toronto, September 2nd to 3rd at the College University Championships. You're now eligible.
I might be down south, so it might be a bit of a late date, but I'll try to make it work.
It might be a bit of a late date. Exactly. Clown of the week. Full circle. Registration opens.
Did we just
April
segue
12th.
back to why you brought this up? Okay.
April 12th registration is open. So sounds like you should register for this absolutely ludicrous date if you can make it though. Because that would be a blast.
Maybe Sharp Pretz will be there.
Will I be there? Are you flying me out?
If we ever get a budget, would this be the one we spend it on? I don't think so. I think we'd have to go to like youth indoor nationals where there's thousands of volleyball players.
So I went to Toronto Film School for video game design and development. Are you telling me I could have gotten Joe Buddy from Toronto Film School and we could have entered that tournament?
Absolutely. And Garrett, small plug there. I didn't realize you went there. Anyways, does that mean you have access to like interns who can like film and do documentaries and other cool stuff? Because the Mac documentary is killing it right now. I think we should find people to make more of those.
I agree.
You just learned that about me, Josh? Like we've been friends for how long and now you're just learning new stuff about me and then you immediately can't wait to ask for stuff that's going to help you? Like Fun fact. Oh, how can I exploit it? Thanks, Josh. Gosh.
Maybe, is there a reunion coming up? So you'll be in Toronto around September 2nd and 3rd?
No. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. No, sorry. It's not in the budget. Unless you're going to fly me out there. I could. Yeah, I'm not in school, though, Josh. I'm way out of it. We've already established that, so.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Gosh.
Well, I gotta shut the show down, everybody. That's the show. Did we miss? That's everybody's players' clowns of the week. That's the show. So, I mean, if you're still listening, hit subscribe. We need it because I may have embarrassed myself by saying the 100 subscriber thing on YouTube. That's a problem. Jaeya, are you going to subscribe or did we not earn it this episode?
I'll subscribe, and I'll make sure Robin subscribed too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The way she said she'll subscribe, though, Josh, sounded a bit like a pity sub, and we'll take it. We'll absolutely take it, but we need to work on that, I think.
Can you subscribe but turn the alerts off? Because I think more of our listeners would do that if they know they weren't going to get annoyed every time we posted something.
Well, actually, you have to turn the alerts on. So you can subscribe and there's no alerts to subscribing. So
there's no extra work. Oh, we just got 5 new subscribers just by knowing this, I feel.
Yeah, like just click the button. The problem is you have to be signed in to subscribe. So you have to have an account and I may see your name. It's a risk. So please take that risk for us. And I mean, we need it. So anyways, that'll do it for this episode. Jaeya, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, it was fun to chat with you. I hope we have you back on. Maybe hear about some stuff from LMU, and good luck there. Appreciate having you on the show.
Maybe when she comes to the A show, now that people recognize her name from this show, it'll get more clicks and it'll be double good, Garrett. She'll get like more exposure on the A show and more downloads for me.
Don't nod, Jaeya. You were already on the A show, and there's no reason for you to go on the B show. So thank you for joining us, and we'll never see you on this channel again, I guess, on any other program. So we appreciate it. Josh, always a pleasure. And thank you for listening. We will see you next time.